afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Father. I'll just proceed with the presentation and touch upon few points of sustainability and reporting. So I represent an organization called Global Reporting Initiative, as Sir mentioned. And the topics that I would cover is basically on GRI, what the framework is, what is the business case and value of reporting. So when we talk about sustainability reporting, why do we have to do a reporting? We can just do some projects, do some initiatives, and that should be it. Why go on to reporting? Then what are the challenges that are faced? So the main sustainability challenge for any organization, whether it's small or big, is how can business be profitable and contribute to solutions at the same time? So what is sustainability reporting? It is basically about managing change. So what we believe, the philosophy that we believe in, is what you can't measure, you cannot manage, and what you cannot manage, you can never change. So in order to bring about any positive change within your organization, you first need to measure it, address it, and then make a change in it. The reporting is based, as you know, on the three pillars of economic, environment, and social aspects. So when we disclose on economic, environment, and social and governance performance, that is sustainability reporting. The question still arises is how do you measure the sustainability impact of an organization, and who will define the matrix to measure them? So that is where GRI pitch in, and GRI is a network-based organization which includes business, civil society, financial market, the investors, SEBI, mediating institutions, academia like yours, and labor as well. GRI's mission is to make sustainability reporting standard practice by providing all guidance and support to organizations. So what is GRI about? It is about measurement which enables organization to change the way they manage their impacts. It is about promoting change. So there are these different guidelines which had started right from 2001, and now in 2013, the latest version of the guidelines, GRI guidelines, which is G4, was launched. And G4 is mainly about focusing to promote significant changes. And why did we have these guidelines? It was basically because there was a continued strong growth in sustainability reporting. There was increased interest in what organizational leadership identifies as sustainability topics. There was increased interest from report users for clearly presented and accessible information. So bringing about accountability, transparency has become now a key area for any business. Harmonization also between reporting system, because there is a lot of confusion with among different types of reporting frameworks. So increased integration of financial and sustainability reporting. Sustainability and integrated reporting, and also improve the data accessibility through softwares like XBRL. So it was a long process through which this G4 guidelines came about. It was not just our head office in Amsterdam and the focal points in and around the world which decided on the guidelines. It was through a lot of workshops and stakeholder consultation that we finally launched the guidelines in 2013 during the GRI Global Conference in Amsterdam. Documents, which is one is the reporting principle standard disclosure, and the other is the implementation manual. So the whole reporting guidelines is based on the reporting principles. The reporting principle of content means materiality, which means covering the relevant topics of your organization, which has social, economic, environment impacts. Completeness, which means you have to complete your report, not just highlight on the key achievements of the company, but also the negative impacts and how you want to address them. Stakeholder inclusiveness, get in touch with your key stakeholders, clients, supply chain, and also sustainability context. It should be relevant to the sustainability issues. The quality of the report can be maintained through these points, like being accurate, being following the principle of timeliness, which means that after every year it should be like an ongoing process, and it should be comparable with other organizations within the same sector. The data should be reliable, it should be clear, simply written, and there should be a balance in it. So this is basically what the guidelines covers. I won't get into too much technical issues, but general disclosure and specific disclosure. The general disclosure is when you start reporting, you have to define what is the strategy, analysis, organizational profile, and what are the key aspects that have been covered in the report, how you have identified, why are they relevant, and who are the stakeholders that you have got in touch with to show that these are the material aspects and boundaries. Then what is the report profile, governance, ethics, and integrity. Also specific disclosure is, it is like a basket whereby you have to choose what are the most relevant topics that you want to cover in your report. So the main idea of this report is to focus on what matters and where it matters. So when we see a camera, what do we see? We just focus on the object, right? That we want to click. So the guidelines is also like a guidance to that, how you can just focus on the most relevant topics and then address those issues and bring about significant change. So focus on what matters, where it matters, identify what is critical to be managed and changed. Even if the organization today is not ready, but at least it can identify the topics which can create a risk later on if not handled, and then bring about change in them. It's not about all possible sustainability reported topics that organization monitors, but the report is focused only on the material topics. So the principle of materiality is emphasis on what material encourages organization to provide only information that is critical to their business and stakeholders. So that's why we emphasize so much on the principle of materiality, so that the report does not become like a PR tool, but more of sort of publication which can be used by both the stakeholders and by the organization. Organizations and report users can concentrate on sustainability impact that matters. G4 provides guidance on how to select material topics and explain the boundaries where these occur. So this is how you define the material aspects and boundaries. You have to list out all the material aspects. And this is the whole process of reporting. You identify, prioritize, validate the data, and come up with a report and again review it. So it's like an ongoing process. But in this process, it's very important to maintain the principles of GRI guidelines, such as the materiality, completeness, stakeholder inclusiveness. So this is like the whole basket which I was talking about: economic, environment, social categories, within which there are the various aspects. Also, you can choose like how you would want to report, whether you want to report as per the core or comprehensive. So in both the cases, you just have to maintain that it is the identified material aspects and boundaries are covered. So these are the new things that have been introduced recently in the guidelines. And you can just go online to our website and also get more details on the guidelines. The guidelines is available. You can download it from the website globalreporting.org. And guidelines are also linked to the international frameworks like the OECD, UN Global Compact, and UN Guiding Principle on Business and Human Rights. Also, there are guidances on sectors, specifically like 10 sectors, and it shows what is material in this sector. G4 and integrated reporting also has a link, because G4 is designed to provide guidance on how to best present sustainability informations in different report formats. So it can be through the annual report, through sustainability report, through integrated report, but it gives you a guidance on how to best present your sustainability disclosures. So the transition period is till 31st, from 31st December 2015, all sustainability reports following the GRI should be G4. So we encourage the first-time reporters to follow the G4 guidelines. As you can see from this slide that there have been various surveys done which shows that how much GRI is being followed worldwide. So almost 80% of the largest 100 companies in 41 countries are using the GRI in their corporate responsibility report. And this is the business case, why we are reporting. It is mainly to attract, retain talent, improve management process, reduce waste, reduce risk, stakeholder engagement, attract investors, competitive advantage, and also enhance the reputation and branding, especially for your organization. However, there are challenges for anything good. There are always challenges. So ensuring the commitment from all staff level, making it more than just a marketing tool, selecting the key stakeholders, choosing the important issues, and setting realistic goals, collecting, organizing, analyzing necessary informations, preparing the organization to achieve published goals, and communicating negative results as well, managing expectation around the final report and giving a picture of the real performance, and producing a simple document which is clear to understand, keeping the process going for the next reporting cycle. So this is what in Indian context has happened. If we see in terms of sustainability reporting, there is the National Voluntary Guidelines which was launched. SEBI mandated the top 100 companies to report. Even in Department of Public Enterprises came up with CSR and sustainability guidelines, which also emphasizes on the importance of sustainability reporting. These are some of the sustainability reports of Indian companies. And if we see a graphical representation of the top 100 companies, then it's seen that 90% of the top 100 companies are reporting, whether it's BRR or sustainability report or in form of annual report. These are like sector disclosures, and you can find over here that metal and mining is one sector, like Tata Steels. They were the first one to report. Yes.
2 more minutes.
So the website that I was talking about is this one, globalreporting.org, and it has a database of all the reports worldwide that have been uploaded and launched. So you can visit this website and find out more details of the sustainability reports. That will be all from my side. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm here the whole day. So please make the most out of it. Thank you.